Ladies and gentlemen and elves of all ages, feast your eyes on the Peppermint Persuasion. I bravely and selflessly and heroically inhaled an entire jar of salted caramel truffle Talenti. Did I need to eat it all? Absolutely. Did I regret it? Absolutely not. This is the price of greatness. So I hope you'll join me for this tutorial, and please like, comment, and subscribe. Today we're going to need a few supplies. We're going to need a size 5 crochet hook, some red and green acrylic yarn, some E5000 glue, and also some candy cane ornaments. I also went to the dollar store and I found some little gifts that you can put on the purse. So if you don't find the candy canes, you can switch them out for the accessories of your choice. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is make a slip knot. Then we're going to insert our hook, chain 5, and then we're going to insert it in the first chain space and make a slip stitch. Chain 2, and then we're going to double crochet in the ring 12 times. Okay, so we're coming to the end, so pull the tail to tighten the loop, and then we're going to join with a slip knot, a slip stitch. And we're going to chain 2. Now we're going to insert the needle into the first chain space and double crochet. Now in the next space, we're going to double crochet 2 times. In the next space, we're going to double crochet 1 time. And then the next space, we're going to double crochet 2 times. And we'll continue this pattern all the way around until we reach the last chain space. Okay, we're at the end of the row. We're going to join it with the slip stitch. And this is what it's looking like. We've completed 2 rows. So now we're going to get ready to go on to our 3rd row. So go ahead and chain 2. And we're going to continue to increase our rounds. So in the first space, double crochet. And in the next space, we're going to double crochet 2 times. And in the next space, we're going to double crochet, and you'll go ahead and continue the same pattern all the way around until we get to the last chain space of row 3. Okay, we're at the end of row 3, so we're going to slip stitch to close off round 3. So this is what it's looking like. All right, so chain 2 to begin row 4. And this row is a little bit different. We're going to double crochet in each chain space all the way around. We're not increasing anymore. Okay, we're going to slip stitch and pull it close. Now we finish our 4th row. So now let's check to see if it's large enough for our char. Okay, so we're almost there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to work in the back loops. Working in the back loops will give it a little bit of a curve so it'll fit snugly around your jar lid. So go ahead and double crochet, and then we're going to go into that back loop. And just watch closely. I'm going to try to get close as I can so you can see. Okay, let's go. Go ahead and insert it in the first back loop. Draw up a loop and pull it through. Insert it in the next back loop and pull it through. Insert it in the next loop, wrap it around and pull it through. Insert it in the next loop, wrap it around and pull it through. Insert it in the next loop, wrap it around and pull it through. And you're going to continue this all the way around, and I will meet you at the end of the row. Okay, we're coming up to the end of the row, so what we're going to do is go ahead and slip stitch it close. Okay, we've completed. Now we can try it on our jar again. Okay, so now what we're going to do is do a single crochet around for the last row. So go ahead and chain one and insert your hook, draw up a loop, and pull through all 3 chains on a hook. Insert your hook, draw up a loop, pull through all 3 chains in every stitch around, and I will meet you at the end of the row. And pull it through all of the loops on the hook. Insert your needle, pull up your yarn, and pull it through all loops on your hook. And we're gonna do this all the way around, and then we're going to slip stitch and finish off. Okay, our row is complete. So let's go ahead and try it on our jar lid. Okay, Okay, we have the curve that we wanted and it's fitting quite snugly. Congratulations. Now we're going to move right along to our jar. So we're going to go ahead and make a slip knot and insert our hook. Go ahead and chain 5 and join with a slip stitch. And we're going to pretty much do the same process that we did to make the lid. So we're going to chain 5, slip stitch, chain 2, and then we're going to double crochet inside the ring 12 times. And I'll meet you at the end of the row. Okay, go ahead and chain 2. We're going to start our second row. Double crochet in the first chain space, double crochet 2 times in the second chain space, double crochet 1 time in the third chain space, double crochet 2 times in the fourth chain space. And we're going to do that all the way around until the end of the row, just like before. And I'll meet you at the end of the row. Okay, so now we're going to slip stitch to finish row 2. Okay, so we're going to slip stitch to finish row 2, and now we're going to move on to row 3. So we're going to go ahead and chain 2, then we're going to double crochet in the first chain space, then we're going to double crochet 1 time in the next chain space, then we're going to double crochet 2 times in the next chain space, and we're going to continue this pattern all the way around. I'll meet you there. Okay, we're going to go ahead and slip stitch, and we are finished with our third round. Now we're going to chain 2, and we're moving on to our fourth round. Now this round is a little bit different. We're going to just double crochet in each chain space around. And when we get to the last chain space, we'll create a slip stitch, and our fourth row is finished. So I will meet you at the end of row 4. Okay, round 4 is now complete, so let's measure to see how we are coming along here. And it's perfect. So we're gonna finish off, and then we're gonna cut our green yarn off, and then we can start with our red. Okay, so we're going to make a starting loop and insert our hook, and then we're going to attach our yarn, and we're going to double crochet in each chain space around, and we're going to chain 2 and double crochet in each chain space around again. So we'll have 2 rows of double crochet. So right here we're going to slip stitch, chain 2, and now we're going to double crochet around again till we get to the end of the row, and I'll meet you there. Okay, moving right along, we're going to make a loop on the hook, and then we're going to insert the hook into the cozy, and we're going to double crochet in each chain space around, chain 2, and then continue all the way up. And we should have, after the red row, it's 4 rows of green, unless you'd like to alternate another row of red again. It's up to you. Or you can continue the green for 4 rows. And then your cozy is complete, actually. So I will meet you after the next 4 rows. Okay, so we have 4 rows of green. And so now let's try our cozy on. And it's nice and snug, just the way we want it. So our lid and our jar is complete. Now we can attach our ornaments. I purchased the ornaments at Walmart, but like I said, you can probably go to the dollar store and see what they have available that you like to accessorize with. Okay, so next we'll want to add a few drops of our E6000 glue. And then we're going to press the jar in the cozy firmly because we don't want the jar to slip out of the sleeve once we put our chain on. So just press on the bottom and press all around the parameters of the jar. So what I did, I made another cozy and I inserted it inside the jar so that my items are not like clicking around in my jar. So last we just attach our chain and voila, we have our Peppermint Persuasion. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial as much as I did. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm wishing you all a Merry Craftmas.